Minecraft 1.20 has recently been announced as We got a look at a few new features coming to the game, but unlike in previous years, we didn't really see a lot shown off. This has a lot of people quite confused, and some have been led to believe that this update will be smaller than most. So what the hell is going on? Well, that's what I'm here to answer, so strap in and listen to my billion-dollar explanation as to why we saw very little this year. But before I do, if you end up enjoying this video, like and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. And with that, let's carry on with the video. So to answer the question, why was very little shown off for Minecraft 1.20? Well, the simple answer is to avoid expectations being subverted. In the last few Minecons, a lot of new content was shown off, but maybe almost too much, because there were a lot of features that we saw shown off that ended up getting postponed. These include the Deep Dark, bundles, archaeology, fireflies, and the Birch Forest improvements. Doesn't seem like a lot, but these are features that people are looking forward to seeing, and then we end up not seeing them in their respective updates. Out of all these features, the Deep Dark is the only thing that we've actually seen added to the game, but for all the other features, nothing. Basically, the issue here is that Mojang promised more than they could add. This first became an issue with Caves and Cliffs, where they literally had to split the update into two parts just to be able to add most of the things they originally promised. At that point, it seemed like a one-time thing, considering how massive Caves and Cliffs was, but then we see similar events unfold with the Wild update, where they showed off or talked about interesting features, but then end up not adding them. By that point, the issue became pretty clear to most of the community, and when the Wild update received a lot of backlash because of how much it under-delivered, the issue eventually became known by Mojang. Because of that, Mojang decided to take a different approach with this year's Minecraft Live, and that approach was to only show off things that have come far into development, and not show off anything else for the update. This was done to lower expectations for the update, so that way, people won't be disappointed if something they wanted doesn't get added, and so are more likely to have our expectations surpassed. Another thing you may have also noticed is that they didn't reveal the name of the update, and the reason for that is because something as simple as the update name can raise expectations. For example, the Wild update looked like an update that would expand on Minecraft's wildlife, and they even allude to this when it was announced, but then all they do is add a new swamp-themed biome. And sure, we did also get the Deep Dark, which is a really cool biome, but it didn't really fit with the theme of the update. Another example is the 1.11 Exploration update. This update looked like something that would add more things to explore in Minecraft, but then all they really do is add one new structure, the Woodland Mansion. And sure, it is a cool place to explore, and you could argue how it generates really far out in the world, forcing you to have to explore for a while, but it wasn't really enough. Mojang doesn't want to name the update until they feel like they can come up with a name that properly suits the update, which will probably happen once the update is close to finished. Now, if the update had an obvious theme like 1.14 or 1.16, then it wouldn't really matter, but in the case of this update, the theme isn't something that gives off a clear image of how big the update is or what it will include, and so that's why they haven't come up with a name quite yet. And there's your answer. That's why they announced so little for this update. I wasn't planning on making this video, but the reason I decided to is because I've seen a lot of people argue that this update looks bad and disappointing based on what was shown off. Now of course, it's fine to have your own opinions. If you don't like the features that were shown off, it's all good. But Mojang have made it pretty clear that there will be more to this update than what we saw. How much more there will be is unknown, but until we've seen the entire update, don't jump to conclusions and say that it's disappointing. Wait until we've seen everything the update offers to form a final opinion. The update could be bad, but it could also be really good, but we won't know until we've seen it all. Overall, how 1.20 is going to turn out is still unknown, but because of what they're trying to do for this update, there's a lot of possibilities on where they could go. I actually have a few ideas on what this update could add, and I'll be making a video very soon discussing my ideas, so stay tuned. With that, we've reached the end of the video. If you made it this far, thanks for watching, and if you want to see more stuff from me, like and subscribe, and turn on the bell to be notified when I upload a new video. I would really appreciate it. Okay, now get lost.